Welcome to the L Played podcast, where we sit at Jesus' feet until he's formed in us. I am your brother and fellow disciple Adonis Mapango. Our son Andile turns 3 months old today. Watching him grow these last 12 weeks has helped me understand something very deep about what it means to follow Jesus. You see, right now, the part of his body that he seems to know how to use best is his mouth. He feeds, cries, sucks his fingers, and even tries to talk with little baby noises. He's learning. But for now, almost everything he does still depends on his mother and I. He needs us to feed him, protect him, comfort him, and help him grow. His older brothers and sisters are a big part of this help. And it made me realize this is what discipleship looks like. It is not quick. It is not flashy. It is not about being strong or doing big things first. It starts with receiving. Just like Andile received care from his mother in the womb, and now from both of us as he grows, a disciple begins by receiving everything from Jesus: life, truth, direction, and even the ability to grow. The Bible tells us in Luke chapter 2, verse 52, that Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and with men. This means even Jesus didn't skip the process of growth. He was God, but he chose to be born as a helpless baby. He needed Mary to feed and carry him. He needed Joseph to protect him. And as he grew, he listened, learned, and submitted to their care, because that was part of the Father's plan. Jesus didn't begin public ministry until he was about 30 years old. But those earlier years weren't wasted. They were hidden years, obedient years, learning years, preparation. They were years of growing in submission to the Father, so that when the time came, he would be fully prepared to walk in the purpose for which he was sent. He did not come demanding anything from the world. He came to give everything he had, including his life. This means that maturity isn't about how long we've been in church or how many people follow us. It means being a disciple is about letting God form Christ in us. Just like a baby slowly forms and grows in their mother's womb. And even after birth, that formation continues through care, feeding, discipline, and submission to those God has placed in our lives to help us grow. Discipleship is not perfect behavior. It is constant growth. Galatians 4:19 says, "My little children, for whom I am again in the anguish of childbirth, until Christ is formed in you." This is Paul speaking to those he was discipling. You see, when a baby doesn't grow, we are concerned. If Andile were to stay in this stage for the next 2 years, still only able to suckle, still unable to hold or crawl or speak, we'd know something is very wrong. And that's the picture of many. Still suckling but not submitting, still needing to be carried but never carrying others, still crying out for blessings but refusing to grow into the likeness of Christ. This isn't new. There were many and there are many who walk with Jesus but never grow in him. They talk but they are not disciples. They talk but they do not follow. They use nearness to Jesus as a shortcut to their own goals. We must not remain in the infant stage of receiving. We must allow the receiving to change us. We ask Jesus for help, for peace, for provision, and he gives it because he's loving, he's kind. But if we only ever come to take and never grow into submission and obedience, something is wrong. Discipleship begins with receiving, yes, but it must grow into surrender. into submission. Jesus didn't just receive the Spirit at baptism. He obeyed the Spirit. He followed the Father's will, even when it led to the cross. He learned obedience through the things he suffered. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 5, verse 8, though he was a son. So today we ask, are we growing up in our faith? Are we letting the Lord teach us, feed us, form us? Or are we content to stay in the crib? Just like Andile, we were born to grow. That takes time. It takes care. It takes others. But above all, it takes submission. Until next time, keep your eyes on Jesus front and back. Stay at his feet, because disciples never graduate. May God richly bless you.